Hey guys, welcome back for part B or part 2 of the food web activity. So now that you should have already posted your image, which by the way, if you're having difficulty posting your image, remember you should be putting it in this box in this table. You'll go to Insert, Image, and then if you have the image saved to your Google Drive, if you took a picture of it with your phone and you just upload it that way, you could do it that way. I'd say the easier way is to just go to Insert Image and then down to Camera. So that's going to turn on your webcam and you can just hold up your picture and do it that way. So that would be fine. So for part 2, we're essentially going to be doing something very similar, except I've already given you part of the components that you'll need to create your food web. So we're going to make our food web in Jamboard. Now, under this assignment, I will have posted the link to our Jamboard so you can go ahead and access that. But essentially, when you pull that up, it's going to look like this. So I have all of these different organisms that are in the short grass prairie. So notice same thing as before. We have what the organism eats in parentheses, except now what you're going to do is you're going to physically move them around within Jamboard. Now, here's the thing that you must make sure that you do. When you go into Jamboard and you access this link, you need to click this little drop down and then click Make a Copy. So you'll need to make a copy, and then your copy is what you're going to be working in. Do not just edit this document. I know there's going to be students that do that. Please make sure that you don't just edit the document because this is our only one for the entire class. So if you edit it, then everyone after you is going to be able to see that. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll make a copy here, which I don't really care what you call it. But I would like for you to also post the link to your Jamboard. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. So once you have your copy, now you're going to kind of cross-reference with the organisms and what they eat here, and you're going to physically move them around. So again, the producers need to be on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move some of these other organisms up to make room for my producers. So if you notice, there's 2 sets of prairie grass. Okay. So we have both the blue grama grass and then also the buffalo grass. Okay. So those will need to be on the bottom here. So now we'll need to go ahead and position all of our organisms around the grasses in the same way that we did before, showing the upward movement of that energy from prey to predator. Now, I'm not going to walk through this part too much because it's up to you to figure out where each of these organisms is going to need to go. I'm just kind of moving them around randomly. But once you have your organisms in the appropriate position, what you're going to do then is you're going to click on this little shape icon, and then you're going to click on arrow. So notice how the arrows by default are angled to the right. So you'll have to grab it, and then if you click on this upper left little section, you can spin the arrow. Okay. So that's showing what direction that energy is moving in. Now, if you feel like you're a little claustrophobic and you need to shrink or expand these, make them a little bit bigger, you're welcome to do that. Now, same thing as we did before, we're also going to need to include what type of organisms each of these are. So if I click on this little text box here, and then I click onto the Jamboard in the background, so prairie grass is going to be a producer. Okay. So prairie grass is going to be a producer, and you can kind of shrink that so we have enough space there. Okay. If there's multiple organisms or multiple trophic levels that an organism inhabits, so for example, if this producer was also a primary consumer, you would just put it in like that, which obviously grasses are not going to be eating anything or anyone, so thank goodness. But they would not be a primary consumer, but that's how you would label it. So once you are done with the rest of your Jamboard, you're going to go ahead and take a screenshot. Now, the way you take a screenshot is you hit Control Shift, and then the little window icon. So look to my image that I have in this slide, or sorry, on the assignment to help you figure out what that's going to look like. So once you have this done, you'll do that. And then I'd also like you to click share, same thing as we usually do. You're going to need to click on restricted because that's the default, and then just copy the link here. Okay, so then we'll go back, and then you'll just go ahead and paste your link in here, and then you'll also paste your screenshot. So just so you know, the way I'm posting my screenshot is a little bit different because I am on a desktop computer. I'm not on a Chromebook right now. So you'll take your screenshot, and then, which by the way, when you click Control Shift and then the window icon, you'll get that little crosshair that I just showed you. You'll click and drag over what you want to take a picture of, and then there'll be a little icon that pops up in the bottom right corner that says Copy to Clipboard, and then you'll go ahead and insert it that way. So let's go ahead and paste that in there so you can see what that looks like, and ba-boom, there you go. By the way, if you don't go and click the Copy to Clipboard fast enough, it will disappear. You can access your screenshot by clicking on the little drop-down menu in the upper right corner of Chrome, and you can just click on Downloads there, and then it should be right here. Okay. So at any point, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. But you should be able to work through this relatively easily. It's just something that might take you a little bit of time. So this and the rest of our assignments for this week, including our electronic agreement, which will need to be filled out by Sunday, you'll have until Sunday to go ahead and complete, Sunday by 11:59 p.m. to complete all of these assignments. So hope that made sense. If not, feel free to reach out, and I'd be happy to help you. So hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.